The developers over at Paw Print Studio, which is an absolutely adorable name for a game developer, have been busy updating and polishing their title Aniimo ahead of its upcoming global release, slated for Q3 2026, which is of course this year and just around the corner, swinging around very closely after the global closed beta, which should be actively running now as of the 9th of July, and so they were kind enough to sponsor today's video, getting a good look at everything. If it piques your interest, you can pre-register now and get rewards during the actual global launch, as well as wishlisting on your platform of choice. Check out the links in the description for more details. It's not actually my first time trying it out. I've played one of the previous closed betas and really enjoyed it, so I'm happy to dive back in. Aniimo is a next-gen, creature-catching open-world RPG, in their own words, featuring live action combat and tons of exploration in a fun and cutesy blend of multiple genres. You will be taking the role of and playing as a Pathfinder, those who have the privilege of exploring the world of Idle, out on your adventure to be the chosen Pathfinder of Destiny, who may or may not save everyone and everything from an impending foreshadowed calamity. Very good, very good. So how does the game play, and what does that actually look like? The first thing to know is that you won't just be playing as your Pathfinder. In fact, it's probably what you'll be doing the least. For the majority of your time, you'll be directly controlling and playing as an Aniimo. The game refers to it as their Twine system, the core mechanic whereby the Pathfinder merges with their Aniimo to fully spiritually bond with it, also allowing them to directly physically control them as if it were their own body, because forced captivity isn't enough. A large portion of Aniimo's gameplay is exploring the huge open world of Idle, which will include navigating to various points of interest, finding hidden loot all over like treasure chests, solving puzzles and trials, completing the parkour challenges and other activities, with of course plenty of battling and capturing Aniimo the entire time. You have a main story quest line to follow that will direct you through the map, which also serves as a guide and a tutorial, while leaving the majority of the discoveries and extracurricular activities down to you. There's a lot to explore and the views are stunning, offering a lot of diverse, colourful environments, ecosystems, and creature variety too. Something I found really cool with how the game handles its progression is that you get rewarded for playing it in different ways. If what you're all about is grinding out mobs, that's to your benefit. If you'd just prefer to catch stuff and be a bit more pacifistic, that's also to your benefit. Both are very smooth and dynamically integrated into the game as its core loop, allowing you to instantaneously switch to and from exploration, combat, and taming. As your Aniimos get more experience, they'll level up, getting stronger, improving their stats, and even evolve into stronger forms. You can tell that a lot of love and attention has been put into the PvE encounters, with some of the more challenging battles being the most fun I've had with the game. At set locations in the world, you'll be able to face off against Alpha Aniimos, which are exceptionally powerful creatures who you'll engage in a raid-like battle against, very reminiscent of MMOs, with telegraphed attack indicators, different phases, stuff like that. This is where your team composition really matters, as you'll want to ensure you have the elemental advantage wherever possible. Planning ahead and ensuring you have powerful options for a variety of elements will give you a massive advantage. Once you've beaten an alpha, you'll also have the opportunity to catch it and add it to your roster. Another really fun element, given that they really pack a punch, and will show up separately as a unique alpha catch. On top of that, there's another level, and these encounters are even more of a raid-like boss type of battle. There are various mechanics to learn, and they can be quite innovative, like this boss that uses attacks in a rhythm minigame-like fashion. You can team up in co-op for a bunch of these fights, and even just roaming around in the open world too, I believe. Alas, sadly, it's just me testing things out for myself because I don't have any friends, but I'd love to try out the co-op. There are also NPC dueling encounters scattered around the map, where you're pit against a fellow Pathfinder and it's your squad versus theirs in a head-to-head fight. These were super fun since it felt like a full PvP encounter. Everything that you can do with switching out Aniimo on the fly, using your skills strategically across your roster, etc., they can and will do as well. If you come into these unprepared, you can expect a swift ass whooping. I know what you're thinking, and yes, there are shinies. In this game, you have what they call sparkling Aniimos, which have that shimmering aura and glow to them. As far as I understand it, any form can be sparkling. Then you've got the rarest forms, which are the Prismanas, as well as the dark versions of those, which are the Umbrabos, obtained via a special event. Catching Prismanas is no easy feat. It can take a lot of time and resources, unless you're exceptionally lucky. There's a specific process to it as well, involving the nurturing node. These are used by selecting high value offerings to trigger a group catching event called a group appearance, spawning in 20 Aniimos for you to quickly catch within the time limit. Once completed, you'll be ushered back to the nurture node bloom to release the accumulated Prismana energy. At this point, either a Prismana will spawn in for you to catch, or you have to repeat the process again. Performing the group appearance events with high value nurture offerings will increase the likelihood of you spawning a Prismana with your future attempts. They look absolutely stunning, very distinct from the other forms, and will be a huge mark of prestige amongst players. If you see anyone with a Prismana Aniimo, it's a pretty big deal. It's not all forced captivity and innocent creature slaying for our hero. There's a whole additional cozy farming sim-style side game as well. You can freely teleport to your personal campground, where you can decorate your RV home, plant crops, and let your Aniimo automate the entire process for you with good old-fashioned unpaid labor. I really enjoyed the change of pace with this, and it made me think about catching specific Aniimo that would help haul items into storage or water the plants more efficiently. You get plenty of rewards for participating in this side content, so it's very much so worth your time. Players that absolutely live for that cozy, slice of life and farming sim style of gameplay will be right at home here. If you've participated in the previous closed betas, it's worth returning for this one, as the devs have added a whole new area called Crescent Bay, bringing with it new environments, new Aniimos, 2 new boss encounters, and a bunch more cool stuff. It's definitely worth checking out. The area is absolutely gorgeous and features some of the most scenic, picturesque environments you've got in the game. This beautiful tropical paradise is something that you'd expect out of a dream holiday. Like I said, absolutely worth hopping back in for. They've also created a whole new multiplayer team-based mode called Egg Heist, featuring both a PvE and a PvP mode, which looks super fun and a good change of pace. In the super chaotic PvP mode, the first Pathfinders to touch the Giga Egg will actually twine with it, transforming into the main targets for the rival team. Your teammates will then need to coordinate effectively in order to escort the egg player safely back to their boat while defending against the attackers. This game mode looks like a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to trying it out myself. For this next part here, I thought it would be cool to do some live recording and show you some of the most fun content that I've found in the game, which is the alpha boss fights you can do versus these Aniimo. We've got this majestic creature over here, and when you see them on the map, not only can you see their locations, teleport nearby them, and all that sort of stuff, you can take a look at what element they are, which elements are recommended to use, which ones are recommended not to use, etc. And, of course, what rewards you can get for actually using your energy to gain the rewards from the fight. So let's give this one a crack. Let's go. He immediately wants to have a crack at us. He's aggressive. So let's do my break attack. You can see we've got telegraphed attacks on the floor over here. He's sending the wind attacks. Super cool. Very MMO-like. Very raid-like. Oh, God. Doing a series of attacks there with some tells, giving me an opportunity to avoid it, to dodge it. So very skill-based. Telegraphed attacks. And big tells. Very, very skill-based, which is super cool. Oh, God. Whether or not I have the skill is another question. All right. During this phase, he's put a shield up. We need to deal enough damage to get rid of the shield. I've also broken him, which is super cool. He's going to take 250% damage during the break. Do my big attacks for that. Get him. Have I already caught this guy? I forget. Now, of course, when you've beaten an alpha Aniimo, you can actually catch them as well. You don't have to use your like 100% Anipod Ultras to do so. You can just use your normal ass Anipods, which are ass 6.6% chance. But hey, when I've already caught this guy, I've already used my 100% one. Let's just try it again just for a laugh. See what happens. Either way, I'll get the rewards. Did I guess I didn't catch him. To wrap things up, I really enjoyed revisiting Aniimo, and I'm looking forward to the full release later this year. Once more, a quick reminder that you can pre-register now to get rewards when the global game fully launches in Q3 2026. And you can also wishlist it on the platform you play on. Check out the info in the description for all the details. That's all for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Idle.